This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Networking is a challenge for many of us, and by many, I mean me. Well, okay, me and also listener Jean. She writes in, I'm a new college grad and I have trouble networking. Every summer I worked at a different place and I want to keep in touch, but I don't want to seem like I'm intruding. Months and years go by without me being in contact. I'm afraid they might not remember me or they don't care enough about me to reply to the email that literally took me months to send, as sad as this sounds. What is the best way to keep in touch with ex-employers without seeming annoying? Keeping in touch with people over the years is valuable. Your network, it's one of your biggest assets, and especially when you're looking for a job or conversely, if you're looking for good employees to hire, your network has no substitutes. If you become a consultant or you're self-employed, that goes double. The further along you are in your career, the more your network matters. People who know you and think well of you become your main source of opportunity and advancement. They do remember you. You're afraid that they won't remember you. That's pretty unlikely. At the very least, the IRS did force them to record your social security number and report your legal name. And given today's privacy trends, the NSA probably had them position an entire surveillance van outside your cubicle, just in case you were doing something you shouldn't be. Oh, I don't know, like expressing opinions. If you made a good impression, either through the quality of your work or through being great to work with, they'll almost certainly remember you. If you didn't make an impression or if you made a bad impression, well, then there's probably no need to stay in touch. They aren't likely to be a high-quality member of your network going forward. Now, if you've been out of touch, so have they. You're nervous because it's been a long time. I get that way, too. I think, oh, I haven't called Nicole in years. If I call her now, she'll think that the several years of silence means that I hate her guts and I must only be calling because I want something. She won't trust me and she'll send a surveillance van to monitor my apartment to see if I'm doing something I shouldn't be, like sharing pictures of that time in high school. Well, never mind. I think of this fondly as the delusional, paranoid, self-centered aspects of myself coming out to play. If you take the part about the surveillance van out, pretty much all of that is pure fiction. Now here's the reality, though. Nicole is so busy worrying about her 4 kids and her business and her half-completed fallout shelter that she hasn't thought of me in years. My call is not confirmation of some evil plot on my part. No, in fact, she's delighted to hear from me. When you reach out, you need to have a reason. One reason that usually works is that you want to make their life better. Give them some thoughts or some insights that they'll enjoy. In the 21st century, this is beyond trivial to do. You worked with them. You have access to their LinkedIn profiles, their Facebook profiles. You can Google their names, and you may even have run across their picture on that social media app that we don't talk about with people under 18. You can get some idea of their interests, the things they care about, the organizations that they're part of, and so on. Maybe Googling your old boss turns up a newspaper article about historical reenactments in which your boss is quoted as saying, "There's nothing I like more than getting up at 4 a.m., dressing up in 18th century attire, and trying to take over another country with only a pair of leather whips and a ham sandwich." Great! Read a few articles on historical reenactments, leather whips, and ham sandwiches, and then when you approach your boss, you can say, "You know, I was reading up on different ham glazes, and I found this fascinating article that says a honey mustard glaze is best for taking over an indigenous population, while a chipotle barbecue marinade is superior for quelling an uprising. I thought you'd enjoy it." You've opened the door for further conversation or a phone call, or in this case, even a potluck. Reach out to thank them and give them a status update. If you had a good relationship with your boss, you may not need an excuse. You may just drop a line giving a status update. "I really enjoyed working in your loading zone last summer. Now that I've graduated college, I moved on to working in unloading zones. It helps me appreciate the full circle of life. What's new with you?" Now here, you're approaching on a relationship basis, just a pure let's catch up. Since your network is such an important part of professional development, if you didn't think about becoming friendly with your former boss, start with your new boss, for goodness sake. As a rule of thumb, be on good enough terms with whoever you're working for that they'll be glad to hear from you when you call in 5 years just to catch up. If they don't respond, keep updating them anyway. If your boss doesn't respond, you may as well keep sending them updates. Just send a little note every few months saying, "I thought I'd quickly touch base." Enclose something that you think they'll find useful, like a discount coupon for a historical museum or a coupon for getting their whip rebraided. And as long as you're courteous and you always strive to make their life better, the worst that can happen really is that they'll just ignore you. But eventually, a series of brief touches may rekindle a working relationship that lasts for years. Getting back in touch feels awkward because we're afraid that the other person will think we're just trolling for a favor or because we just don't know how to explain our long absence. Don't bother. Reach out. Doing the other person a favor is the best way to do it. Send them an article, flatter them, or even just give them a status update and inquire into their life and career. People love talking about themselves. What better gift can you give them than the gift of being able to blather on about what's going on with them? If they don't respond, keep at it. You have nothing to lose with regular pings, and eventually you may break through and restart the business relationship. Your network is one of your greatest assets. Start building it now. Gene, good luck. This is Steve Robbins. Email questions and topic requests to getitdone@quickanddirtytips.com. I help high achievers accelerate or change their careers to produce transformative results. If you want to know more, visit steverrobbins.com. That's SteverRobbins.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.